A bold woman chose to marry a janitor despite the protests of many people, including her own parents. On the wedding day, when everyone gathered to rejoice, the janitor said something that shocked everyone. His statements contained a shocking revelation which no one could have foreseen and would alter everyone's outlook. Mila longed for her well-deserved vacation, and it finally arrived. She had planned a 7-day excursion to a beautiful beach town. Mila was a teacher who was loved by her students and respected by her colleagues. Her family, made up of loving parents, always supported her decisions and goals. When Mila arrived in the coastal town, she was charmed by the splendor of the golden, sandy beaches and crystal-clear waters. The sun shined brightly in the blue sky, and salty air flowed softly on her face. It was the ideal place to escape the stresses of daily life and appreciate everything the trip has to offer. Mila awoke on the first day of her much-anticipated journey with a sense of liberation. The sun shone in the azure sky, and the calm sound of waves crashing beckoned her to explore the beauty before her. As she proceeded nearer the beach, she observed a lovely young man lounging in one of the beach cabanas, enjoying the shade. He was completely engrossed in his own world, watching the people and the waves with a calm look. His laid-back manner complemented the peaceful environment of the beach town. She knew this young man as Liam, whom she had met earlier at the hotel. He had served as her guardian angel, guiding her to the remainder of the tour group. Mila approached with resolve, feeling pulled to this intriguing young man. She smiled brightly and added, "Hi again, Liam. Thank you for helping me previously." She used the chance to strike up a conversation and stay in the shade. Liam replied, gazing up with an equally warm smile. "It's great to see you again, Mila." "Not a problem at all. I'm here to unwind and enjoy the sights. Please feel free to enjoy the shade." During the talk, Liam mentioned that he was an amateur photographer who enjoyed capturing the beauty of nature and people. He had a laid-back style that suited the laid-back atmosphere of the beach town. While enjoying in the sun, the two exchanged stories and laughed together. They were both traveling through the same travel agency, which seemed to be fate's way of bringing them together. They laughed and swapped memories from the start of the trip as if they were old friends meeting after a long absence. The city they found themselves in was quite charming, with its tiny streets lined with quaint stores and brilliant colors. The tropical climate enveloped us, infusing the air with the wonderful aroma of the sea. Mila and Liam had a special and undeniable connection. They walked along the beaches, savoring the breathtaking sunset over the water. Conversations flowed like water-sharing dreams, and goals that appeared remarkably similar. Every shared moment heightened the intensity of this unique friendship. On a balmy night beneath a starry sky, with the sound of waves softly lapping on the shore, they agreed to meet again when they returned to the large city, promising to keep this cherished connection alive. That priceless journey allowed them to get to know one another, authentically free of the masks and distractions of regular life. It allowed them to delve deeply into each other's cores and discover the most intimate aspects of their identities and beings. However, during the final days of the trip, an unexpected storm struck the city, disrupting communication and disorganizing all of the tourists' plans. To respond to the severe weather circumstances, the travel agency group reorganized their activities, organizing excursions and lodgings at the last minute. Mila and Liam were disappointed when they discovered they were about to part ways without exchanging phone numbers or email addresses. Despite the unfulfilled promises and lack of touch, the trip had a lasting impression on them. Mila's life moved on after that wonderful journey. She resumed her teaching duties with the same zeal that she had always had. Every day she offered her knowledge and encouraged her students to pursue their aspirations. Mila felt an uncanny connection in the corridor one day as she was leaving work at school and decided to approach someone who appeared familiar but apprehensive. Mila's heart rate increased as she approached. There was Liam hard cleaning the floor in one of the classrooms. Her mouth sprang open in amazement. Her eyes widened and she managed to mutter, "Is that you, Liam?" "Do you remember me?" Liam, who was also shocked, smiled at Mila. "Of course I remember you." he said cheerfully, his voice slightly awed. "What a coincidence to meet you here." Mila, still astonished by the sudden meeting, couldn't help but inquire, "Do you work here?" They began talking, and Liam invited her for a casual conversation. It was an extraordinary coincidence. They walked to a cafe and began to reminisce fondly about their time together. Liam began to inform her that he had lately started working as a janitor at the school. Despite his enthusiasm for photography, he was experiencing financial difficulties in his career. This prompted him to seek part-time work as a janitor at the school in order to provide a more consistent revenue stream and satisfy his urgent financial demands. His decision to work as a janitor did not dampen his enthusiasm for photography. In fact, he kept taking photographs any time he had the opportunity. Working as a janitor allowed him to balance his financial duties while still pursuing his artistic interest. He saw the work as something dignified that would help him improve his circumstances. Mila's enthusiasm for Liam and commitment to follow his ambition of becoming a photographer moved her greatly. She understood how difficult it was to face financial difficulties while pursuing an artistic interest which made her admire him even more. Instead of condemning or dismissing Liam's circumstances, Mila demonstrated empathy and humility, establishing a setting in which he felt comfortable discussing his difficulties. Their connection grew swiftly, and they eventually became inseparable. Every gathering was full with laughs and meaningful discussions. Mila became a safe haven for Liam, giving him the unconditional support he had always desired. From the start, they treated each other with true respect and affection. She was the voice that constantly pushed him to pursue his aspirations, even when the rest of the world didn't believe in him. Their connection progressed over time, and they eventually became a couple. This new step increased his desire to pursue a profession in photography. Liam was aware that he lacked money and a home, and that his profession as a janitor was regarded by others as low status. Many people dismissed his photographic ambitions. Mila remained a constant source of encouragement and belief in his abilities. He had a strong need to show everyone that he was capable and that photography was his actual passion. Even on evenings when he felt disheartened, her words encouraged him to persevere and give his all. Mila's unflinching support moved Liam deeply. He wanted nothing more than to realize his aspirations, not just for himself, but also to give her the best he had to offer. Thus, with his beloved by his side, he set off on his photography trip with fierce determination and a quiet commitment to create a bright future for both of them. However, Mila eventually chose to take Liam to meet her parents, which was a significant step in their relationship. The meeting did not go as planned. Mila's father, Angelo, was disturbed by Liam's job as a janitor and mocked his passion for photography. He was a man who always prized knowledge and academic accomplishment, and he dismissed Liam's aspiration of becoming a photographer, evaluating him harshly and disapproving of his employment as a janitor. It was an uncomfortable and difficult scenario for both. Mila's father and mother disapproved of Liam, seeing him as indifferent and lethargic. Even in this tough position, the pair remained united, resolved to conquer the trials that awaited them, and to demonstrate that their love and passion were greater than any judgment or prejudice. Liam was an extremely diligent man, but like everyone else, he experienced difficulties in his life. Mila loved him wholeheartedly regardless of his current situation. She saw above the circumstances and fell in love with the man he was because of his passion for photography and compassionate heart. Not everyone else understood or embraced their connection in an open and polite manner. Mila's friends expressed bias and concerns, questioning her choices and doubting Liam's potential, but they stood firm and faced the challenges. They emphasized the importance of respecting Mila's parents and preserving family peace. They saw how significant Angelo's approval of Mila's father was to her, so they worked hard to establish a respectful relationship with him. Even when faced with problems and disagreements, they worked hard to find common ground and keep the peace between the two families. Mila and Liam decided to marry with a simple ceremony that captured the spirit of who they were and the love they shared. They wanted to start a life together as husband and wife. They chose a ceremony that was as unique as their relationship. It was a celebration full of character, warmth, and significance. Every detail was meticulously planned to depict their journey and the pledge they were making to one another. Liam was preparing a special surprise for his beloved wife. Mila, like everyone else in the ceremony, had no idea what was about to happen. Liam's heart was filled with excitement and eagerness as he waited for the ideal time to deliver his surprise, which would definitely make that day even more memorable. Mila looked lovely on her wedding day. Her white dress sparkled in the warm light of the setting sun, and her face exuded joy and love. The groom, Liam, looked stunning in his exquisite suit, his eyes filled with emotion. The ceremony was full with poignant moments. The exchange of vows demonstrated the depth of their love, and the atmosphere was filled with joy and happiness. The husband and bride were living a seemingly impossible fantasy, but it was the most pure and beautiful expression of their love for one another. Following the ceremony, Liam requested for everyone's attention, resulting in a moment of sorrowful stillness. He had something essential to convey. With his voice choked with emotion, he began to say something that would surprise everyone. He revealed that he had learned the outcome of something quite significant earlier that morning. He had entered one of the gorgeous images he had taken during his trip with Mila into a globally famous photography contest, and to everyone's surprise, Liam had won first place. In addition to the recognition, he had earned a large sum of money, which would open up new doors and opportunities in his profession. Liam's words paid respect to Mila's undying affection. With tears in his eyes and a shaking voice, he stated, "All of this, everything I've accomplished, is possible because you, Mila, loved me unconditionally. You never judged my shortcomings and always believed in me. You are the love of my life, my continuous motivation, and the driving force behind every accomplishment of mine." Everyone present was moved and excited by the revelation. It was a moving testament to the strength of love, faith in one another, and the ability to conquer obstacles together. As the couple embraced in front of their loved ones, they realized they were embarking on a new adventure together, filled of limitless possibilities and undying love. Mila and Liam embarked on a new chapter in their lives, following their emotional and unexpected wedding. They continued to support each other's dreams and goals. Liam, now an internationally recognized photographer, has started on fascinating projects around the world capturing amazing and inspiring photos. Mila remained his closest fan and supporter, accompanying him on his travels whenever feasible and enthusiastically celebrating his accomplishment. As he advanced in his work, they began to establish their own family. The advent of their children added even more excitement and significance to their lives, and they became devoted parents, passing on the same creativity and love that they had for each other. They never forgot the journey that brought them to that point. Mila's love and support for Liam during his financial struggles laid the groundwork for their relationship, and they always recalled the significance of supporting one another, no matter what challenges life threw at them. Mila and Liam's lives remained an adventure full of excitement, creativity, and love. They experienced all of the highs and lows together, appreciating each moment and remembering that even in the most difficult circumstances, real love and determination can produce a great future. As a result, they enjoyed a happy and fulfilling life. If you loved it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a 1 to 5 rating to let us know how much you like the tale. Also, watch the video that is currently displayed on your screen. See you soon.